Welcome to Red, Blue, and You, the podcast that helps new SMU students and their families prepare for life on the Hilltop. In this series, we will be breaking down the information you need to be successful here at SMU. I'm Elizabeth Laboa, SMU's provost. My team is here for your academic success, and I look forward to seeing you on the Hilltop this fall.
Hello, listeners. This is a re-edit from the 2023 podcast episode about the writer courses with some additional context about alternate sections of the courses that you can take in journalism and engineering.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Red, Blue, and You. I'm your host, Camille McCallum from the Office of Engaged Learning, and I'm joined here today by the Director of the Writing and Reasoning Program, Dr. Stephanie Amsel.
Hi.
And she's going to help you learn everything you need to know about the Writer course. Dr. Amsel, we know that Writer is a required course for all SMU students, but how does it go a little further to help students build community through a shared academic experience?
Great. So SMU created a new common curriculum a few years ago and really decided to put a strong emphasis on writing. Part of that was a two-course sequence that focuses on academic writing and on critical reasoning. So most students at SMU will take these two courses, and transfer students sometimes will just take one of the courses. So this is designed to help students learn how to write better, learn how to read better, learn how to discern kind of fact from fiction, and the courses are wonderful, really small and fun. Part of what makes these courses so effective in terms of creating community is that they have a shared syllabus, most of them. So if you are taking 1312 or 1313 with one professor, you would have very similar readings and writings to what you might take with another professor. So students can already start talking about the readings, talking about the types of papers, and talking about things that they'll all be doing the same thing. So that makes it really fun.
Awesome. You talked a little bit about class size, but what all can students expect from the Writer course?
Well, they can expect to learn how to write better, learn how to read better, learn how to kind of make judgments, kind of evaluate text. The classes are small. They're limited to 15 students. And so you really get to know your professor. The professors, they're set up as seminar classes. The professors meet with students. We also are one of the largest groups on campus that write recommendation letters. So we get to know our students. We get to work with our students in a really special way. So that that's something that students can expect. Really get to know your professors and work with your professors.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have updates about alternate class sections that can fulfill the critical reasoning proficiency. First up is Dr. Dinesh Rajan, Associate Dean at the Lyle School of Engineering, and then we'll hear from Professor Jake Batzel, Professor of Journalism in the Meadows School of the Arts.
So at Lyle, we are excited to launch a new course called Critical Reasoning in Engineering. The course is open to all students. It is typically meant to be taken during the second semester of your freshman year. And the course, there are two key things about the course that I would like to highlight. First, the course fully embraces the use of generative AI and all of the latest technologies, so you're welcome and in fact encouraged to use all of those. The second part of the course that is very exciting is it gives students a brief overview of what it means to be an engineer in the field. So you will start off first by knowing how to identify what information is correct and what is accurate in this whole deluge of information. Then you will work as a team to understand what is a big team goal objective and how to define it and how to act on it. And finally, you will learn what is your role specifically in the team to help accomplish the team responsibility. And more importantly, how do all the choices that you make that seemingly only focused on your part of it affect all of your other partners or your other teammates, and how it affects the overall team responsibility. So all these three key parts will come together and help you understand what it means to be an engineer in the field. This course by Lyle School is not meant just for engineering students. It is open to students from all departments and all schools. In fact, we encourage students from all over to come consider and take this class because that will expose them to a little bit of how engineers think, and they will likely work with engineers in most professions that they end up with.
This is a new opportunity for Meadows students. All SMU students need to fulfill their critical reasoning proficiency by taking Writer 1313, which is a second semester freshman year course aimed at researching and writing essentially academic papers. But what we've done over the past year is introduced discipline-specific Writer 1313 courses that satisfy that same CR requirement in the common curriculum. So our version in the Division of Journalism is Journalism 1313, JOUR 1313, taught by Charlie Scudder, an accomplished reporter formerly of the Dallas Morning News. He continues to freelance for The Guardian and the New York Times and other publications. In that course, what that course is set up to do is to train students in academic writing and critical thinking skills, but through the lens of cultural journalism. And so it's an opportunity, it's sort of an early introduction to the journalism major before you've actually declared the major. And there's also a Corporate Communications and Public Affairs, CCPA 1313 version of that course. So what we're trying to do is offer opportunities for first year SMU students who have an interest in journalism or fashion media to kind of test the waters a little bit while still satisfying their CR requirement through Writer 1313. And I would say they're limited classes. There's limited spots. There's only one section of each being offered every semester now. So it's not a requirement to declare the journalism major, but if you're interested, it is an opportunity you can take advantage of.
And now back to our original podcast.
So let's do a rapid fire Q&A,
Sure.
pretending that I am a first year student.
Okay.
These may be some questions that I have. Can I drop the writer course?
No, you cannot drop the writer course. It's a foundational course, and so we really are using this as a way to teach students how to write from the very beginning. So it is the only course on campus that you cannot drop because of the importance that we place on the course and the small classes and the small class size, and it really does set the tone for the rest of the 4 years at SMU.
Alrighty, well, since you can't drop the writer class, where can I go to get help with my writing if I'm not a very strong writer?
Well, I think first you go to your professor. We all have required office hours. We're there a lot. If you can't make the office hours, then you set up an appointment. But I meet with students probably weekly with papers. Don't be afraid to go to your professor first. If you still need some help and you want to get extra help, there's the ALEC, the Learning Center, so you can get free help there. But I would really suggest going to your professor first and meeting with your professor, and really don't be afraid to go in. We are, that's what we want to do. That's what we're trained to do. That's what we do well.
Yes, and as we can see, you are not scary. It is very easy to go and meet with your professors. And how many writing courses are required for every student?
So there are 2 writing courses. The first, sometimes though, if you're a transfer student, you might only take 1. And these courses kind of lay the groundwork for writing in the major courses or any other courses that you'd have that involve writing and research.
Thank you so much for being here with us today, Dr. Amsel. That concludes this episode of Red, Blue, and You. Until next time, Mustangs, pony up.